for the sun. Coffee in my cup, charts loading one by one. Ain't no time to waste, got my system down. Trading's what I do, about to get this crown. Screens all lit up, candles red and green. This my morning shit, know just what I mean. Sipping slow and steady, while I check the trends. Mad focus now, this is how my day begins. Charts and coffee got me in my groove. This my daily move, yeah, I got something to prove. Charts and coffee got me feeling smooth. This my daily truth, yeah, I know just what to do. Fuck the formal trading, that ain't how I roll. Take my time analyzing, that's how I get gold. Coffee getting cold, but I'm locked right in. Watching patterns form, know just where to begin. This ain't rocket science, just my daily grind. Same shit, different day, but I'm doing fine. Got my setup perfect, got my mind just right. About to make these moves, gonna do this shit all night. Yeah. Sipping and trading, trading and sipping. Got my momentum, ain't no way I'm slipping. And patterns, patterns and flows. This is my rhythm, everybody knows. Charts and coffee got me in my groove. This my daily move, yeah, I got something to prove. Charts and coffee got me feeling smooth. This my daily truth, yeah, I know just what to do. Money moves, Dale, this should feel from home. I can get cold, but I'm still in the zone. Making money move, yeah, this shit feels like home. Got plans, rising from the cup and waiting. Soft jazz piano loop begins. Fuck sleep, I got my morning mapped, while these other bitches still trapped in the naps. Quiet house, screens lit up bright. My setup perfect, everything's right. First sip hits, mind gets clear. Another day to fucking dominate here. Watch the numbers dance and slide, while my coffee keeps me certified. Charts and coffee started right, yeah. Focus tight, mind in flight, mind in flight. Charts and coffee make it flow, yeah. That's the rhythm that I know. Second cup, now I'm in the zone. All these patterns speaking in code. They don't know about this morning grind, being sharp when others fall behind. Fuck that FOMO, I stay composed. Years of practice, that's how it goes. Every move calculated clean. This ain't luck, you know what I mean. Early bird gets the fucking win. That's why I'm here where I've always been. Discipline hits different when it's dark. That's what sets the real one me. Early bird gets the fucking win. That's why I'm here where I've always been. Discipline hits different when it's dark. That's what sets the real ones apart. Their cup's cold, but I don't care. These indicators showing me where to place it perfect, time is sweet, while amateurs still catch disease. This game ain't for the weak or slow. Gotta be ready when it's time to go. Morning ritual got me trained. Others sleep while I maintain. Charts and coffee one more time, yeah. This rhythm's yours and this rhythm's mine, this rhythm's mine. Early hours hit me with a different kind of peace. While the world's still quiet, I find my release. Just me and these numbers dancing slow, building patterns in my mind as I go. Something special about this morning air, way before the day is time to care. And I keep asking myself as the minutes tick by, I keep wondering why every morning feels so right. What's brewing in my coffee or my mind? What's brewing, leaving yesterday behind? What's brewing in this cup of time? What's brewing as these thoughts align? You asked me once why I rise before the sun. Said I'm chasing something that can't be outrun. It's not about the money or the gain, it's about finding clarity when things ain't the same. Each morning ritual brings me closer to truth. Like watching steam rise, I'm finding proof that patience builds more than just a perfect cup. It's teaching me when to hold, when to give up. The minutes tick by, every morning feels so right. What's brewing in my coffee or my mind? What's brewing, leaving yesterday behind? What's brewing in this cup of time? What's brewing with these thoughts alive? Sometimes I wish you could see this morning meditation with me, where everything makes sense before the world gets intense. What's brewing, leaving yesterday behind? What's brewing in this cup of time? What's brewing as these thoughts align? What's brewing in me? Catching pattern while the world's still asleep. First light hits my screen, I'm in my element. Fresh brew by my side, mind is confident. Reading these patterns like sheet music, feel the flow. Each candlestick painting stories as they go. Morning meditation with my market view, catching waves of data, riding them with you. Some see just numbers, I hear the melody. Each trend line speaking rhythmically to me. Time signatures changing, support levels hold. Breaking down resistance as the day unfolds. Charts and coffee, that's my harmony. Finding rhythms where others just see. Random moves and noise, but baby, can't you see? These patterns move like jazz, just trust in me. Moving like jazz, just trust in me. Second cup hitting different minds, eye clear. Watch these price points dance, appear and reappear like a jazz musician, reading between the lines, finding sweet spots where opportunity shines. Keep it cool and steady, no need to rush. Let the market breathe, feel that morning hush. Been studying patterns since you've been sleeping, watching lines form art while knowledge I'm reaping. Strategy tight like a bebop groove, calculated steps on when to make my move. Speed picks up, more intense delivery. Quick shifts coming, tempo changing fast. Gotta stay composed, make these moments last. Reading signals, catching every beat. Market symphony playing just for me. Mind stay elevated, focus clean. This ain't just trading, this is art you're seeing. Charts and coffee, it has my harmony. Finding rhythms where others just see. Random moves and noise, but baby, can't you see? These patterns move like jazz, just trust in me. Moving like jazz, just trust in me. Want a ritual complete. Left my mark on these streets of green and red, but the rhythm stays in my head. Morning comes, I think of you first. Chart lines dance while my coffee bursts. Been at this game since day one, teaching me patience like you always done. Charts and coffee, that's our way, that's how we start the day. Got my screens lit, what you gonna say? Watch how the patterns play. Numbers flow like the brew in my cup. Some days down, but we keep looking up. You showed me how to read these signs. Now every morning feels like yours and mine. Remember what you taught me about staying cool. When markets get wild, I follow your rules. Charts and coffee, that's our way, that's how we start the day. Got my screens lit, what you gonna say? Watch how the patterns play. Just you, me, and these morning routines. Building something real, building something real, know what I mean? I watch you rushing in the morning, trying to catch every move. But let me share something with you that'll help improve your groove. See, you're like fresh beans waiting to release what's locked inside. But patience makes the difference between success and a wild ride. Take it slow, watch it form, just like steam rising up warm. Let it brew, just like your morning cup, just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. You check your screens at sunrise, numbers dancing everywhere, but shading's like my coffee method. It needs time and tender care. Temperature's important, just like timing in the trade. Too hot and you'll get burned quick, too cold opportunities fade. Take it slow, watch it form, just like steam rising up warm. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. I've seen too many burn out, trying to catch every wave, but the ones who last the longest know just when to stay away. So here's my morning lesson as I pour this cup for you. The market gives its gifts to those who know just what to do. Like coffee needs its moments for the flavors to extract. Your trades need proper timing before you plan to act. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. Just up before the rest of the block now, just me and my laptop. Tick-tock, haven't even brushed my teeth yet, but these charts ain't gonna read themselves, I bet. Watch the steam rise, study every line. Same way I read these charts all the time. Coffee in my system, mind getting clear. That's how we make these moves round here. That's how we do. Red candles flash on my screen while I'm sipping something mean. Used to play it fast and lose, now wait for confirmation, that's the truth. Got a system, got a plan, no trading like a rookie, understand. Numbers dancing, let's stay cool, cause panic selling's for a fool. Some days green, some days red, gotta keep a level head. Deep breath in, let it flow. This ain't no casino, yo. This is just not checkers, fam. Gotta think before you slam. Markets opening in 5. Feel my focus come alive. Charts tell stories if you know how to read between the highs and lows. Been at this since way back when. Now I'm teaching you, my friend. This ain't luck, this ain't chance. This is morning market dance. Watch the steam rise, study every line. Every single morning, we do this right. Coffee in my system, mind getting clear. It's the only way we move from here. breaks, I'm in my domain. Steam rising slow like thoughts in my brain. Watching lines that move like waves of grain. Every morning's got its own sweet flow. Some days fast, but mostly moving slow. Learning how to read which way things go. Finding peace in what these mornings show. In the quiet hours, patterns start to speak. When my mind is clear, that's what I see. In the quiet hours, patterns start to speak. When my mind is clear, that's what I see. Fuck the noise, I'm focused on my path. Reading signals through the aftermath. Every line's a story that I grasp. Some shit falls, other things will last. Damn, I left these mornings by myself. Learning lessons money couldn't help. Every cup of wisdom brings me wealth. Beyond what's sitting on my shelf. Filtered through the static, find the flow that's magic. In the quiet hours, let it all unfold. Watch the truth get told. Patterns start to speak. In the quiet hours, patterns start to speak. In the quiet, when my mind is clear, that's what I see. That's what I see. In the quiet hours, patterns start to speak. In the quiet, when my mind is clear, that's what I see. La la la, patterns start to speak. When my mind is clear. La la la, in the quiet hours.
Okay, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and welcome back, everybody, to another live lesson. This week, we are going over learning from mistakes. Now, just to get started into this one really quick, if you were here last week, you kind of get a premise of what we're going over today. A small one. Last week was kind of just a smaller one that we went over because I had taken a little bit of a needed break from these. I had some other stuff going on, but I looked at it from last week. I reviewed the footage, and I kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper and focus on some of the key elements that I think a lot of people are missing. And in the past, we've talked specifically about your mentality as a day trader and how that relates to your actions in what you do, and how those actions may be leading you to success, or maybe they're leading you farther and farther away by developing bad habits, right? This week is more on those same habits, but exactly what are we doing, right? So we're not talking broad examples of we should stay consistent or we should remain patient, but rather we're specifically talking about, hey, what should you be doing throughout your day every single day? So let's get started. Start with mistake number 1, right? So we're learning from our mistakes. That's the name of the lesson. This is the first mistake we're going over, and that is the failure to be ready, right? So when I say failure to be ready, this means, and again, if this sounds like you, maybe this means that you need to make a change. But if you're waking up, let's say market opens at 9:30. If you're waking up at 9 o'clock, you're kind of cutting it close. Right? 30 minutes might be enough for you, but I really don't think it is for most people. If we're waking up at, say, 9:30, Well, now you know that you're definitely not cutting it close. You have failed. You have woken up late. Like, you gotta imagine, guys, if you have to get to an office, right? Let's say you live 15 minutes from there. All right, well, you have to be up at least 30 minutes early to get ready and then get to the car and then go, but that's rushing. So if you're 15 minutes away and you got to get ready in 15 minutes, be in the car and go, you're rushing to wake up 30 minutes before work starts. So when would you usually wake up? If you've got a 15-minute drive and you've got to be ready, put on your work clothes and, maybe take a shower, brush your teeth, everything, probably wanting to get up around 8:30, maybe 8 o'clock, an hour and a half, depending on what you need. So this first one is so crucial because it is very, very easy to get into that realm of, let me just wake up at 9 o'clock. I'll, lean on into my chair and, open up my computer, make sure everything's set up. But next thing you know, you get a setup and something's not set. Maybe it's your ATM. Maybe your accounts weren't connected. Maybe there was a drop in internet. Whatever it may be, but it only needs to happen once. And then that's going to set you off for the rest of your week. Right? Maybe not, but it might. It definitely will set you off for the rest of your day. You miss an order, that's going to mess up the rest of your trading day, maybe the rest of your regular day. So, again, that bottom section I have right there, let's break this down. We'll go through those bullet points on your screen. When are you waking up? That's the first one to ask. We just went over that. Should be at least an hour. What are you doing after? Very important. The bare minimum, as a human, is brush your teeth, maybe put some clothes on, maybe wash your hair, wash your face, like the bare minimum. But then after that, maybe make a cup of coffee. If coffee's not your thing, maybe make a cup of tea. If neither of those are your thing, you might want to start making it your thing. It helps me a lot. Make one of those things your thing. And then going into making sure your computer is open, making sure your internet's connected, making sure your accounts are connected, making sure that everything is in order, right? What should you be doing, right? This is important because we're talking about getting ready for it, but before the market opens, go through, if there are other things outside of trading, try to take care of those things before the market opens because you don't want to have those things on your mind. Remember, we might be here until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Those are times of the day that might be crucial for us to get other things done. Try to get them done before then. Try to get those things done before the market opens. Okay, and then last, what makes us alert? That kind of goes back into being ready. Just making sure that, coffee, tea, some of these, caffeinated supplements that might help. Maybe you have caffeine pills. I know that some people enjoy those. Maybe nicotine is your thing, right? Not a fan of smoking, but some of the nicotine pouches, every once in a while they help me to really lock in and focus on the things that I need to do. Whatever your routine is, make it and stick to it. That's the focus for today. Make it and stick to it. Okay, that's the first one. Second thing, and this one, again, I think this is overlooked the most out of, getting ready or what we're going over next, but that is during the day. Mistake number 2 is losing focus. This is something that I have struggled with more than anything else when it comes to trading. And that is when I get on my computer, I've done my morning routine, I've gotten ready for the day, nothing's really on the back of my head. I am here to trade, and that is the only reason I am here. But then I get tired of looking at red and green candles for half an hour, and I think, you know what, maybe I'm gonna open up a YouTube tab. All right, watch some YouTube. Market's not moving much. But then I look back, I don't realize I've been watching a 20-minute video. I missed 4 candles on the 5-minute chart, and there was my setup, there was my take profit, and I missed it for the day, and now I have to shut it down thinking, man, that was a winner, and I just wasn't alert. And all it was I got bored and I wanted to watch a YouTube video. Again, I'm not saying you should stare at the computer the entire time. I've heard some people say it's a good idea. I don't believe so. Mainly because I think that that's a recipe for, you'll do it for one day, you'll do it for the next day, but it's going to get really tiring really quickly. I think you should have something else, right? However, it should not be something that's focus intensive. It should be something, maybe if you have 2 monitors, then you can put a YouTube video on one of them, but always have the chart open on the other, right? Maybe you journal. Maybe you have a little bit of, homework or something, whatever it may be, a little bit of side work that you can do, right? Something that you can always watch the chart and you're never having to completely look away, right? Down at the bottom, I have some examples. You make food, right? If it's around noon and you want to make lunch, that's fine. Have your alert set, have your phone with you, whatever you need to do, and, go make some food. Energy is very, very important for this. We don't want to be trying to trade on an empty stomach, right? Anything we do when we're, not satiated is going to make it more difficult to stay focused. But light exercise, personally, for my morning routine, I've been doing a little bit of yoga just to kind of get my body to wake up. It's not going to make me sweat, right? It's just a little bit of a routine to get my body opened up, and I feel better for the rest of my day. But it is not focus intensive. That's the most important thing to take away from here, is that you're always mostly focused on the charts. And again, if it does work better for you that you watch them the whole time, go for it. I have nothing against that. It just doesn't work for me. I trade the 5-minute. I don't need to be watching every single 5-minute, because I can tell, hey, this candle is not going to give me a setup because what I need to happen first is not there. But as soon as I see, for example, a large green candle and it's broken the previous candle's high, well, that's the first indicator for my setup. So now I'm going to start watching the charts. If I see the next candle is a red candle and it's a pullback, okay, I'm about to get a setup. Now I focus 100% on the charts. But if I couldn't see my screen because I was doing something else, then I'm not going to know that my setup is starting to get there, right? So again, hopefully that all makes sense. Just making sure most of our focus is on the charts. And when you see that your setup is coming, lock in. Everything has to go to that. Nothing else matters. We are focused on just that, okay? And then finally, mistake number 3, right? This is, again, very important. It's not quite as important as the one that we just talked about, but it is pretty overlooked in the sense that it's very easy to wake up, do our morning routine, right? Boom, 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 ready. We do a little yoga, we get our coffee, bam, we're ready. 9:30 hits, we're locked in. 70% of our focus is on the charts, but it's moving kind of slow, so we're doing something on the side, right? Moves along. We get our trade, we place our trade, we get our take profit, bam, it's a great day. Day's over, we move on, and we're done. But why? Why are we done? Well, we placed our trade. Cool, I can move on. I can go do whatever I want for the rest of the day. I don't think that works. I don't think that works. I think what's going to happen is you're going to place your trade, you're going to win, and you're going to move on with the rest of your day, but then you're going to come back tomorrow, you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to lose. And now you're going to start thinking, man, why did I lose? Did I do something wrong? And then now you might start to think and change, right? Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, but these losses build up. Maybe you take 4 losses in a row, right? That's going to hurt, but it has to happen. I don't care how high well, there are outliers, but for the majority of us, 4 losses in a row, excuse me, is going to happen at some point. Maybe 5, maybe 6, right? Again, that depends on your win rate. But point is, if you are not journaling after every day, if you're not taking a trade log, if you're not screenshotting your trades, if you don't have any routine for the end of the day, these things are going to add up, and they're going to build up in your mental atmosphere, and eventually you're going to start to think, man, I'm doing something wrong. Or, man, the market's just not there for me anymore. Because you don't have any data, right? And maybe it's not even that you take losses. Maybe it's one day you look at your account and you go, man, I had a great month. I made 10R and I was risking $200 a trade. I should have made $2,000. But you look at your account and you're barely up 1,000. You're like, whoa, what's going on? How am I only up half of what I should have made? Because let's say you go into the next month and you make 2R. Well, that 2R that you made, should have made 400, but instead now you're actually down money. You're like, whoa, I should have had a okay month, but I'm actually negative. How is that happening? Well, if you're not journaling, if you're not taking screenshots, if you're not making a trade log, right? You got no routine. You don't know. You have no idea, because this is what gets overlooked when people say, I backtested my strategy and it's 90% win rate and I get 10 to 1 R to R on every winner. What they're not seeing is slippage. What they're not seeing is commission. They're not seeing failure to enter. They're not seeing failure to exit. These are things that you cannot backtest. They have to be forward tested or live tested. These are things that you have to do. You are accountable. You have to be the one to say, oh shit, I got filled at a bad price and I'm continually to get filled at a bad price, and ask why. Why am I getting filled at a bad price? Maybe it's the asset you're trading. Maybe it's where you're placing your orders. Maybe you're always trading into high volatility areas and you're getting filled at the bulk of orders, so not everybody gets filled there and you get filled at a worse price, and that's going into affect your profit. Commissions are the same way. Maybe it's the asset you're trading. Maybe it's how big your stop loss is. If you've got a really tight stop loss and you've got to size in with a lot, that commission's going to add up, right? If you only have to size in with a couple contracts, hey, commission's not really going to be an issue for you. But if you're having to do 10 or 20 micros, that adds up. And now if you have to trade the minis, well, now you're having to add in the risk of, if you get slipped by a little on the minis, that's a huge portion of your profits, right? Whereas if you get slipped by a little on the micros, it's really not that much of an issue. Again, depending on your asset, but for the most part, if you're talking a 10x of what your slippage is by trading the minis, that's going to eat away at that profit, no matter how much you're risking. So again, the point is, there are some things in trading, and actually it's most things in trading, that you cannot backtest. Backtesting should only be used for a baseline assumption. What I mean by that is, you should backtest to see if it works. You should not backtest to see how much you're going to make. You should not backtest to see how well it works. You should not backtest to see, well, I expect to make this amount this next month, right? Or backtest to see, well, I'm going to change this very minor thing in my strategy, and my backtest results say that it works a lot better, so I expect that to work a lot better in my live results. That's not real. That doesn't exist. It looks like it does, but it doesn't, right? And you have to take it with a piece of reality, right? If we go into backtest, this is the last example I'm going to give, but if we go to backtest something, right, let's say we have a winning strategy, but that winning strategy is, by your own terms, subpar, right? It's not great, whatever it may be. And you go to backtest and you think, all right, well, I'm going to improve this thing. And you make some modifications and you backtest it and you say, oh man, now it works so much better. But what if those modifications were something like, well, if it pulls back a certain amount, I'm going to enter in with more contracts, right? I'm kind of just spitballing here. I'm trying to, give a pretty simple example, but if it pulls back to 50% of my drawdown, I'm going to enter in with one more contract because the backtests say that it usually goes up after that. But then when you go to the live market and you get to see the second by second, the millisecond by millisecond breakdown, and you're going through and then you enter in with half your contracts and boom, immediately you get stopped out. But then it pulls right back. And you're like, whoa, I didn't see that in the backtest, right? Or maybe you don't get the chance to enter in, right? It comes down so fast and rejects that you don't get the chance to enter in with those extra contracts, right? Or it doesn't fill you, right? Any of these things can be added, but just because it looks like you make a lot more money on the backtest does not mean that we're going to make a lot more in the live trading. So when I say take a bit of reality from this, right? Not the guy, but reality. I mean, step back and ask yourself, is this really going to help me in the markets, right? So, we break this down with the core principles of the market, and those are volume and resistance, right? How much pressure is being put into the market, right? How much people are buying or selling, and then resistance. How many people are going against those who are buying and selling, right? These are the two factors that move the market, buyers and sellers. Who wants it to go up? Who wants it to go down? It's not a matter of how many people are in the market, right? If you have 10,000, contracts of volume, whatever it is, and you go to enter and you think, man, this is a lot of pressure, we're going to be moving a lot. That's not true. You could have half and half bidding at one price and asking at the other. You're not going to go anywhere, right? Or you could have very little volume. But if everybody is constantly bidding the price up, you're going to see a lot of pressure towards the upside or downside, right? Inverse and reverse relationships all in the same. But again, the point of all of that is that if you don't journal it, if you don't track it in any manner, then you don't know. You don't know where the mistake is coming from. And as soon as you can single out that mistake and figure out, oh, this is where my problem is. Now you can make real adjustments, not back-tested adjustments, real life adjustments, whether it be commissions, whether it be slippage, whether it be your own, inability to actually place the trades because the market moves too fast. These are all real things that I'm sure all of you have encountered at some point in your trading career, but when you go to backtest it, you don't see these things and you try to ignore them. Okay? I'm going to end it there. Reality, do we have any questions before I have to step out of here?
I don't see anything over on this side. As always, greatly appreciated, Landon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate everybody showing up. I see we got a couple guys in the actual live education channel, and hopefully we got some on the YouTube side of things. But
Forrest Boy's got a question. Lebonsky over on Twitch said, "Nice one. He enjoyed it. So very good as always. You did a great job, Landon."
Thank you. And I see the Forrest Boy. I'll go ahead and read this. Everybody can hear it. He said, "Were you always disciplined enough to walk away after missing a trade, or did that come from experience?" Yeah, that's great. Great question. The simple answer is yes, it came from experience. But it's not experience in the way that is, hey, I traded for X amount of time and now I'm able to do it, right? You can go 5 years of never improving, or you can go 6 months of improving a lot. It depends on what you're doing. And these mistakes that I go through right here is going to make a huge difference of whether you go 5 years of nothing or 6 months of, wow, I'm making a difference. And it's small, steady improvement of, hey, wake up a little early so that you're not half asleep and then you miss your trade and then you're not in the right state of mind and now you try to force a trade, right? Or during the day, just stay focused, right? Don't miss the trade as much as possible. And then lastly, if you miss the trade, journal it, write it down. Hey, I missed the trade, but why? Why did I miss the trade? Maybe I wasn't focused. Maybe I wasn't awake. Maybe I wasn't alert enough. Maybe whatever it is, write it down. This plays into everything, exactly what you're asking, that discipline is part of it, absolutely. Would I make the same decisions now if, would I make the same decisions 2 years ago, even if I had done all these routines, before, during, and after the market? Probably not. Experience plays into it. But if you don't do these things, you're building the wrong type of experience. You're building negative experience. You're building negative habits that are not going to help you, right? But in that same thing, and the last thing I'll say on that question is literature. If you're trying to learn, what has helped me most is just reading other traders, kind of biographies, not really, but like Mark Douglas, he has several books. I've gotten through 2 of them now, almost 3. Working on that 3rd one, which would make 4 trading books in total from different authors, and they all tie into and say the same thing. This is the nicest thing about reading trading literature or trading books, is they all say the exact same thing. And the reason that's nice is because it gives you the added confidence that, hey, you're doing something right. Because if these professionals are all telling you to do the exact same thing, and it's not, hey, you should try this or this or this, like YouTube, think about when you watch trading YouTube channels. They are all telling you to do something completely different. Every single one of them. The actual professionals that write these books, right, that they're not making their money from these books, but rather making money from their trading, and they're writing the books as an afterthought, or maybe not an afterthought, but because they want to help people, not because they need to sell books. They're telling you, hey, stay consistent. Hey, risk 1 to 2% of your account. Hey, maybe don't trade when you're tired. Maybe don't trade when the market's not there for you. It's all the same thing. And when you start to read these over and over and over, you start to apply those to your real life trading, and that's where you see improvement. That's where you see, hey, it's not discipline anymore, it's just what I do, right? Don't confuse, my ability to take the same trade every single day as something of hardcore discipline. In April, I fell a lot. I faltered. I tried to do things that I knew I shouldn't have, and I failed. But anyways, we come back, we build those habits, and we try to get better. Really, I'm going to have to end it there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. we got started a little late, but that's fine. We got everything that we needed to. I'll see you guys next week, and again, Reality, thank you for allowing me to host.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you for hosting. D said it was great. Too bad you missed most of it. It's all right, D. We got it recorded too, so I'll drop it in the education channel here when we're done. So you'll have an opportunity to see it as well, because it was all live recorded on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, all that stuff too. But Landon, perfect, great as always. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for showing up. As always, guys, stay consistent out there.
Yes, sir.
Moving with the flow. I know where to go. Moving with the flow. I know where to go. Moving with the flow. I know where to go. Moving with the flow. I know where to go. Something shifts inside my mind. Numbers start to align. Can't explain this feeling now. Everything slows down. Moving with the rhythm pure. Finding patterns getting short. Time dissolves when I'm in the zone. Rising higher on my own. Time dissolves, time dissolves. Clear as morning, sharp as light. Every move feels right. Instinct guides me through the flow. Let the moment go. Every signal crystal clear. What I sought is finally here. Time dissolves when I'm in the zone.